The lights of the grand concert hall shimmered like stars caught inside crystal chandeliers. And the air hummed with excitement as wealthy guests in designer gowns and tailored tuxedos filled the velvet seats. Waiters moved like shadows across the aisles, balancing trays of champagne and hors d'oeuvres. On that night, no one spared a glance for the man in the olive-green janitor's uniform, who quietly polished the brass fixtures of the stage. To the crowd, he was invisible, a shadow in the background. But that man, Marcus's single father, fighting to provide for his little girl, was about to show everyone in that glittering hall something they would never forget. Before we continue, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the extraordinary strength hidden in ordinary people, please like this video, share it with someone you care about, subscribe to English Story, and leave a comment below. Your support helps us bring more heart-touching stories like this one to life. Marcus had been working at the Thornfield Concert Hall for 2 years, a job that gave him just enough to pay rent for a modest apartment and keep food on the table for his 6-year-old daughter. Emma, his wife, had passed away in a car accident 4 years earlier, leaving him not only with heartbreak, but with the immense responsibility of raising a child alone. The music career he had once dreamed of seemed like a relic of another life. He had trained as a pianist at the New England Conservatory, pouring years of his youth into Chopin nocturnes and Bach concertos. But now he scrubbed floors and polished brass for a living. Still, when he looked into Emma's eyes every evening after picking her up from school, he knew he had made the right choice. Her happiness mattered more than any applause. But that night at the gala, as Marcus quietly wiped fingerprints off the Steinway grand piano, something shifted. James Wellington, the CEO of a massive corporation and chairman of the Thornfield Foundation, noticed him near the stage and called out with a voice that carried through the room. Jokingly, he told the crowd that their janitor seemed to have a hidden talent and urged Marcus to play something for entertainment before the concert began. Laughter rippled through the audience. To them, it was just a bit of fun, a spectacle of a working-class man fumbling with an instrument worth millions. Marcus's heart sank as dozens of wealthy eyes turned to him, expecting amusement, not music. But beneath the uniform, beneath the exhaustion of years of sacrifice, still lived the soul of a pianist who had once breathed through every note. Slowly, with trembling hands, Marcus sat at the piano. The laughter quieted, but smirks lingered. Then his fingers pressed the keys, and Chopin's Nocturne in E-flat major spilled into the hall like liquid gold. The room stilled. Conversations halted. The mocking smiles dissolved into awe, as Marcus's hands danced across the keys with a grace and precision born of years of devotion. Every note carried not only technical mastery, but raw emotion, the grief of losing his wife, the love for his daughter, the pain of sacrifice, and the quiet dignity of perseverance. The music told his story better than words ever could. By the time the final note lingered in the air, there was silence so deep that even the chandeliers seemed to hold their breath. And then came the applause, thunderous, genuine, rising to a standing ovation. Among those clapping, the loudest was Wellington himself, his eyes glassy with unexpected tears. He stepped forward, humbled, and admitted he had underestimated the man before him. When Marcus revealed he had once been a conservatory-trained pianist who gave it all up to raise his daughter after tragedy, the hall erupted again, not in laughter, but in respect. From that night on, Marcus's life began to change. He was offered opportunities to play, to teach, and to step back into the world of music without giving up being the father Emma needed. She sat proudly in the front row of his performances, telling anyone who would listen that her daddy was the best pianist in the world, not because of fame or applause, but because he had sacrificed everything for her and still found a way to return to his dreams. If this story touched your heart, please don't forget to like this video, share it, subscribe to English Story, and comment below. Your support means the world and helps us continue sharing stories that inspire hope, kindness, and the courage to never give up. Before you go, I have one special request. Please comment what part of this story moved you the most. I'd love to hear your thoughts.